Hey everyone, so I just want to do a quick little before. So I'm just going to show you guys the mess. Those are all like mixed comparison figures, and you can see little gaps missing. I've been moving guys around. But down here, just kind of slowly getting ideas where I'm going to place people. So you can just kind of go all the way around. But I just want to do a nice little before video. And then the next part will be it all set up. I was going to do a whole video just setting it up, but I just feel like I don't have the time to actually sit down and, or not sit down, but set up the camera and have the time to do this all in one shot. It's probably going to take a while, but this is all still empty. But yep, just wanted to do a nice little before video. And then next we'll see everyone set up. All right, here we go. All right, guys, so I got kind of impatient waiting to get this all done. So it's done as much as I can right now. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my now collection room or collection closet, whatever you guys want to call it, my display. So we'll go ahead and start from the bottom. All right, guys, so first off, we'll start at the very bottom of my display. And this is basically all my Avengers. So you can see I have them all kind of set up. I did pin up Wasp and Stinger and Darkhawk up here, kind of like before. But then I kind of, since I have a little more space now, so I was like, continue. I also kept just one version of each character, since now I have some room for comparison shelves. I didn't need a bunch of the same versions of other figures. I kind of tried to make as much of a gap as I could to distinguish where the Avengers villains kind of start, and it just kind of continues all the way over here. These ones get kind of covered up. I haven't figured out where I'm going to put this Hulk from Comic-Con, just because the box is so tall that I couldn't fit it where I originally planned to have it. And then over here is like my NECA Turtles. I put my old VHS tape from when I was a kid next to the NECA Turtles box from Comic-Con a couple years ago. And then there's the Splinter set and then the diorama. I do plan on trying to figure out where I can put the cartoon one, but this is kind of designated for more of my big boxed NECA stuff, but the Hulk's there for right now. And coming up above it, so second shelf, I have my Spider-Man villains. So very cool. We got the Green Goblin up above with Halloween Jack and Hobgoblin, kind of hanging the same way as I did before. But again, I try to fit all my symbiotes in here. Once the lighting's better, I'll definitely do another video. I'm sorry if it's pretty dark. It looks pretty dark on the camera. But all the symbiotes are right there, and it kind of goes into all the different villains. Again, I just kept the same single versions of each one. And then it kind of ends right here. I still haven't built my Kingpin yet, so I still am putting up the Toy Biz one. Same thing, I haven't opened up my newer Scorpion, so I still have the Toy Biz one out, which is still a great figure. Then I try to make a tiny little gap. You can see I still have more space right here for more villains, but I actually have more room down here, so I may shift it over as the villains play out. So here's the Spider-Verse. But again, I just kind of try to keep it as minimal as possible. But it just kind of goes all over with all the different Spider-Men. I did fit in the little collapsible newsstands. I don't know if you guys can see it back there behind Misty Knight and J.J. Jameson. But I still haven't picked up the new big time Spider-Man. Then I definitely have more room here, so I could shift these guys over. I put the Defenders right here. They're kind of little loners on the side here, but I have plenty of room now to kind of fill this out as more Spider-Man figures come out. So coming up to shelf number 3, we have the Iron Man Armory. And this is kind of basically my team shelf. So the Armory here, Dark Avengers, and Miss Marvel kind of tilted over. We have Thunderbolts, and this is kind of a hodgepodge of Thunderbolts, just different characters that are part of Thunderbolts. There's no specific timeline here. And then I have my Alpha Flight. I know it's huge, right? And then Monsters, X-Force, and then the old X-Men box set from Toys R Us. And I just kind of put the Doctor Strange Comic-Con exclusive right here. May change this up too. May split that one apart. Now shelf number 4, this is where all my space kind of cosmic characters are. So you have Fantastic Four and Nova and all the other guys, Kree and Galactus and Silver Surfer and You know, just kind of all mixed in there. Skrulls, Inhumans, Thor, or Unworthy Thor, and then Odin. Got Thanos back there with that Warlock. Got the Guardians, Space Venom, and everyone else. And it kind of bleeds. These guys got kind of close. Bleeds right into Loki, little Loki display. Two Frost Giants. And then it goes right, see again, not a very big gap. Goes right into my X-Men villains. So still haven't picked up that Juggernaut 2-pack one of these days. I did end up getting Lady Deathstrike or Deathstroke. I don't know if I said it right. Hopefully we'll get a new one soon. And I did end up going with the Toy Biz Black variant, Apocalypse, for my display. I got the Archangel. But I did end up having to fold his wings up just to get him to fit correctly. Otherwise, it'd be a big mess. I may hang him up here. I haven't decided yet. And it goes into my X-Men. And again, this is kind of, I try to group them as best I can. It gets kind of sloppy over here. They're just kind of put in there. And then, oh, she fell over. Let's see if I can get her to stand while holding the camera. Nope, she's going to fall. We'll beat up Sentinel. But I did try to kind of keep the Jim Lee looking X-Men right around here. But definitely the Wolverine made it changed out once I get that 3-pack, and same thing with the Jean Grey. Cyclops I'll probably keep this way. I don't know if I want to put the jacket one in here. But 3 Sentinels, that's what I have left. I sold a bunch of them. I don't know if you guys have seen the other collection videos where I have like 13 or 14. I did sell a bunch of them. Due to 1 year Comic-Con, I just didn't have enough money, so you downsize to be able to go get other things that you like or like to go do things. So this is my Army Builder shelf. So this is shelf number 5. So here's Ultron. It goes into Hydra. Again, guys, follow me on Instagram. There's links in the description, or not link, but my name is just David B's Action Figure Reviews. I post a ton of pictures of the progress of this, so if you guys want to see anything, definitely follow me on there. And that's also where I'll be posting thumbnails of my current videos once this channel goes for kids only. But I did use the background from the 2-pack from Toys R Us, just the regular Hydra 2-pack, not the Arnim Zola 2-pack. This is S.H.I.E.L.D. And then I used the insert background of the AIM 2-pack for the AIM. I thought this was kind of fun. I just kind of put all the Deadpools together and used the backdrop from his Cycle box. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do here, but more space. And that's what the old Hydra is right now, but I may end up changing that up. All right, and then we'll go ahead and go up to shelf number 6. All right, so shelf number 6. So we have the Riders. I put all the Riders together since I figured that's going to only be building. So we got all the Wolverines. I still have yet to pick up the Captain America. All the Ghost Riders, and Black Widow, and Vengeance. But again, you can see I have plenty of space for more Riders. And then it goes into all my movie figures. It has like Netflix in the corner. And again, you can see 2 Lokis, just 2 different versions, one from Endgame and one from Ragnarok. But I tried to group them as best I could together. But I still have yet to open any of my Marvel Studios sets, so that's still the Build-A-Figure Hulkbuster there. Still the Build-A-Figure Giant Man. I have not picked up the other one. I'm going to look at the differences, see if it's worth it. Ronan's just kind of thrown in there. They got a bunch of different versions of Spider-Man there, and then Iron Patriot. And I kind of try to keep the villains right here. But you can see Nick Fury and Skrull, and it kind of goes into the villains. Thanos, I have yet to build yet. He'll go right there. Captain America, I have not yet to figure out where I'm going to put him, so I just kind of stuck him next to the First Avenger, Red Skull, and Hydra. Yeah, Vulture and Electro and Rodan right there. And then the final top shelf, I placed all my carded, like the more retro carded figures up here, and just kind of other things that I may not open right away. So you have Punisher, Wolverine, Black Panther, Hawkeye, Ant-Man, Wolverine again, Storm, Cyclops, the X-Force, the more classic looking Deadpool. I thought these were really cool. The Thor, Iron Man, Captain America. I do plan on opening up this X-Men 3-packs. I think it looks sick. But I have plenty of room up here. I mean, the whole shelf's basically bare. And then goes into my Power Rangers Legacy or Lightning collection. So you have White Ranger and the Walgreens Black Ranger, the Comic Con 2-pack, GameStop Goldar, and Lord Zed. I do plan on getting the Red Ranger and the Pink Ranger soon. I'm only collecting the Mighty Morphin stuff. Now on to the comparison side. Alright guys, this is going to be pretty nasty looking. I have a flashlight because the bottom shelf of my comparison shelf is just super in the dark. So you can see it gets super dark, can't see anything. But this is basically where I'm going to be putting all the bigger, chunkier figures. So you have, the Ultimate Green Goblin. Man, that's not good. There we go. That shines a little better. And all the Abominations are right there. Even the old Hulk classic one. You got the Man-Thing, different things. You got Giant Man down there. The other blue Apocalypse, Juggernaut, the Build-A-Figure Apocalypse, Build-A-Figure Dormammu, all my different Hulks. But that's where they're all going. And then the second shelf, I think I can turn off this flashlight now. Second shelf is all my Spider-Man villains, and these are all comparison figures. So these are all figures that I plan that I just keep for video reviews to do a comparison at the end of the video, just so you guys can see all the different variations and just kind of where the characters come. So back here, oh man, I'm gonna turn back on that flashlight again. Sorry. Back here I just have all my Venoms. So you can see I have the first two here, the orange one and the Thunderbolts one behind it is Chinese knockoffs from eBay, which are actually pretty well made. They're just missing the little gimmicky thing in the back, which is actually cool. So it's a solid figure. The one right behind the first Thunderbolt, so one right second to the back, he's the original. You can see the plunge like pin in the back that makes his mouth move. So I was going to do a video of those. I plan on still doing a comparison video with those and showing you guys the differences. The orange one's pretty cool. I have the Hobgoblin in the front and then all the different Carnages I have, and then it kind of just goes into all the other Spider-Man villains. A lot of this it's kind of cool to finally be able to display my Toy Biz figures too. So here is more like my Spider-Man heroes, shelf. So you can see all the different Spider-Man classics, Hasbro Spider-Man, Toy Biz Spider-Man, all my Punishers. I now have every single Punisher except the Punisher Iron Man or War Machine. Here you just have, so here is the Iron Fist, Ghost Rider, Luke Cage, and all my Daredevils. Coming up to the next one. Now we're going to start into my X-Men. These are all just heroes again. This thing got super full, super quick. I ended up having to split my X-Men villain shelf in half, just so I could fit the rest of my X-Men. I still don't have enough room for all of them, but it's just kind of a mess. I'm gonna get some risers. My dad's actually gonna be making me some risers, so a lot of the back figures will be lifted up, just so you guys can see them a lot better. It's just kind of, like I said, it's just a big mess right now. They're really cramped in there. And then here's the X-Men villain shelf. But see right here, I have all the heroes on this side, and then my X-Men villains are in here. And then we'll go ahead and check out the next shelf, which is the Avengers. All right, so here is all my Avengers comparison figures also. And you can see all the different Captain Americas in there. You got Thor's back there and Visions. I have every single Vision except the vintage carded one. I plan on getting that very soon. My friend's actually going to be selling me his old Falcon, but you can see back there some Black Panther, and this one's just as full as the X-Men. So you definitely see we get more heroes and villains. Up here is my Avengers villains comparison shelf. Got plenty of room for more to be added in. And then up above is all my extra movie figures. So we have just a variation of movie characters from, the first Iron Man, different, Ant-Mans, the Build-A-Figure Ultron, the different Star-Lords, the other Thors from the other movies, X-Men Colossus, War Machine from Iron Man 2. I mean, all the different Spider-Man from Spider-Man 1 and 2. The way you can tell the difference is you can see, let me see if I can get this thing to focus. You can see on this Spider-Man is, so right, how do I explain it? The third one in, that's from the first movie. His upper bicep swivel is totally different. Same thing with the neck. There's not really much of a neck joint. It's kind of more of a bobbly head. where these ones actually get like a neck joint, the ones on the outer. But yeah, that's where all my extra movie figures are for comparisons. And then coming along here, these are just going to be carded figures I plan on. There's kind of like reminders of what I have to make videos on so I can open them. So you have Worthy Cap, Scorpion, still have the Target exclusive Captain Marvel. There's the final Kingpin piece, Mr. Sinister, Skullbuster, Weapon X, Blink, Forge, the War Punisher. Then we have Rescue, either Farm Wolverine and Ember Frost, which actually looks kind of cool. I'll show you guys from above or below of how it looks, and that will kind of wrap it up. All right, so here they are just kind of lining up the wall so you can see what I was talking about. But overall, I think it's pretty much finished. So let's kind of do a loop around. So there's the top shelf with all the extra movies. Just so you guys can get an idea. This room still may change more, or the whole display may change more. That's the Icons Beast. I just don't have the space, kind of where to put the Icons figures. So I may end up adding more shelves additionally here. And I may add a shelf up here just to kind of maximize the space. But then as you loop around, you can see there's all the carded and movie teams, X-Men, or teams, and then Army Builders, and then Spider-Man, and then down the floor there's the Avengers. But yeah, so I still don't have space for like the bigger figures, like I have the more newer icons, Hulk and Deadpool, along with here, I'll show you this mess that I'm still working with to figure out what to do. So we're outside the room. I have a box of Toy Biz figures still carded, along with that 2-pack from the Avengers Endgame. The Toy Biz figures that are in there are Series 4, 5, and Series 1, along with a lot of Giant Man. I still have the Sentinel right there that I have yet to open. So there's just things like that. More of the movie figure stuff here, and then the rest of the movie series for the whole Marvel 10-year studios. So there's still definitely a work in progress. But again, I really appreciate you guys hanging in there and waiting for this whole... That's just a pile of Build-A-Figure pieces and figures that are extra. They're not going to be left there. They will get organized, so ignore the mess. Again, I can't say enough. I really appreciate everyone always watching my videos and checking out this fun hobby. Please, again, follow me on Instagram at David B's Action Figure Reviews. I interact a lot more on there. I'm getting used to it, so I post a lot more pictures daily on there. And I also post any type of deals I see online or in stores. I post them on there, so it's fun for you guys to kind of see if you want to. But that's where I will continue to send off basically notifications on when a video goes up for future reviews, especially once the channel is turned to kids. All right, guys, I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you later. Take care. See ya.